Everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Trish. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, and I use this channel to share what my day-to-day life is like. Today, I want to do like a really reflective live stream. I want to talk about the best and the worst things I did in the past year for my chronic illness. Now, I do want this to be engaging if anyone jumps on, but I do have notes. So I will be looking at those. If you have something to say, a question, a comment, anything, go for it. And as soon as I see it, I will answer it. I do have the attention span of a squirrel, though. So sometimes I miss a comment because I'm just so absorbed in what I have to say. But I'll get to you, I promise. If you are watching like a replay of this, leave your questions or comments down in the comment section and I'll get back to you. I might even make a future video about your question. So, I feel like living with chronic illness really is like navigating a maze where the exit changes like every day. It's always something new. And it can be really frustrating. And even though it is frustrating, I want to start with the good stuff first. I want to talk about the best stuff I started doing in the last year. And number one would be really prioritizing self care and rest. I know it's cliche, but you really can't pour from an empty cup. So I have been resting a lot, I've been prioritizing tasks, and I've been spoiling myself a little bit, especially when I don't feel good. And that is all great for both my physical and my mental health. I also have really been embracing the use of my wheelchair. Mobility aids are great. I was embarrassed for a long time, especially as a mom. I feel like people just judge for the mobility aid use. Actually, yesterday I ran into somebody that I knew uh not real well, just kind of like an acquaintance. And normally I'm using a mobility aid when I see this person, and I wasn't yesterday because I was walking a very short distance and I could just see them looking at me like, where is it? Um, and it was in my car because I didn't need it. So I have really had to learn to just push past the judgment. I've had to learn not to care. I use my wheelchair a lot and I need it a lot. My mobility really has gone downhill. So I would be stuck at home if I didn't have mobility aids. But as of right now, I just load my wheelchair in the car and I go where I want to go. And that's a great feeling. Mobility aids really are freedom. All right. Now, not. I always feel like I misspoke speak, which is why I hate lives. But now, on to the not so great things that I did. I ignored major warning signs and I ignored doctors. In the fall, I got emergency surgery, and that happened because I didn't listen. I had several doctors advise me that I should get a surgery, and I had one tell me I could put it off. So that's the doctor I listened to, and I probably shouldn't have. So I had to sit out most of my absolute favorite season, which is fall, because I was recovering from surgery. And if I had to do it all again, I would definitely have gotten the surgery when it was elective and not when it became an emergency. Uh, Another challenge that I really struggled with in the past year is overcommitting and letting myself get burnout. I overcommitted to this YouTube channel. I wanted to be a daily vlogger. Uh, my stats increase when I do that. So that's a little more AdSense revenue, but I can't. I can't manage that. That's not something I can commit to. It was stressing me out. My content wasn't as good. It was just too much. And I have learned that I really need to listen to my body when it's telling me something's too much. So now I'm still publishing like 4 or 5 times a week. And once in a while, I jump on live because that's something I can do and not have to edit. We are into my daughter's sport season. She's doing a sport now. We'll have maybe a month break and then she'll be doing another sport. And those both come with a lot of practices and games. So I have to prioritize what's really important. And I love growing this channel, but it's not more important than my health or my family. So I've got to learn to balance it all. And I think I'm doing a better job now recently. But sometimes I definitely tend to take on more than I can handle just to prove that I can handle it. And I usually can't. I'm usually wrong. Bad experiences I've had over the past year, I feel like I've grown a lot as a person. I've really been embracing the practice of gratitude. I have been looking for things every single day that I can be thankful for. And that helps me see the world a little differently. I am going to continue to learn and adapt moving forward. It's a constant change. My symptoms change, my medical diagnoses have changed. Change is the only constant. So I'm just going to keep getting out there every day and adapting. Living with a chronic illness is a journey. Sometimes it's a frustrating journey. Um, so I'm just going to take it day by day. So those are the best and the worst decisions I've made over the past year. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you're on a chronic illness journey, but even if you're not, just let me know in the comments what your best and worst decisions in the past year were. That is all I have for today. So I'm going to wrap up this live. But I do this quite often. So I will see you again soon.